Hey y'all. Well, it's here. I'm using my big old umbrella to keep from getting snow on the phone. But look at it. How beautiful. How beautiful. And there's Flight Risk. Where were you this morning? I didn't see you this morning. Weirdo. Snowy, snowy day. You can barely see the mountains. It's pretty good little snow. But thankfully, at least at this point, it is snow. It is not ice. That's all I'm asking. It's just that it will not turn to ice. We can live with the snow. But when the ice starts breaking tree branches and knocking electricity out, it is not the good thing. Oh, gracious. Y'all, have you ever had more plans than you have hours for? Chelsea and I have been texting back and forth this morning. Just different ideas that keep coming to mind. And we're actually attempting to weed things down. I had mentioned to y'all yesterday that we're considering putting in a lot of woodies, so that, because the woodies will be perennials, but the woodies are things like hydrangeas and lilacs, and I can't even think right offhand, but they're more bushes, and they're, they'll be there forever until, whenever, but they will continue to produce for long, long periods of time. And the benefit of that, obviously, is that you're not each spring having to start fresh with your annuals. And not that we will not be growing annuals. We'll be growing our zinnias, our sunflowers, and different things of that nature for the U-pick and for our porch potpourri or whatever. I didn't get the mail yesterday, I don't think. Oh, I did. Okay. But the benefit will just be that it will be, take a bit of the load off. And from what I'm reading, there's a whole lot of the woodies that are also very desirable for florists. And there's so many of us, cut flower farms, that grow, annuals. And here comes a truck, a car. They're going to wonder why I'm videotaping them. There's that crazy lady walking down the road with her camera. But anyway, and we want to meet a demand that isn't being met right now, just to kind of have, to make our own little niche. I think that, there's a lot of cut flower farms popping up here and there, and many of them may not make it. A lot of them will, but there's a lot more work involved than I think some people imagine when they first consider this. And having gardened for years, I had an inkling of what was going to be involved. But even having the experience that I've had, it's still a lot more than I had expected. So I am well aware that I would like to move toward an area that would be a little bit less intense as far as the planting and the starting of plants, even though that's something I enjoy doing. But so we're just right now tossing around a lot of ideas. I think I had told y'all that we're definitely on board with growing the peonies, and it's going to be a longer time frame for us than for a lot of people. A lot of people start out with the root, and so they're already a year or two ahead, because with peonies it's actually, maybe 3-4 years before you can actually start taking cuttings that will give you any kind of financial gain. So we're attempting to grow them from seed. You knew that was coming, didn't you? Yeah. So these fields over here just kind of got abandoned this year, and that's okay. We're going to start down here this spring in these lower little beds, and with the very, very early plants that will be going out in March, like the Lisianthus and some of the snapdragons, some of the different the Bupleurum, some of the things that just need to go in the ground really early. And then these beds that we had started and just ended up blooming way prematurely this fall, they will just be reworked, and they'll be ready for then the next flush. We're going to be doing a lot of succession planting this year. And some of these over here, like this, I think is the yarrow. It never bloomed, so I think we're good. We'll have a nice little stand of yarrow. And of course all of the snapdragons, they just all bloomed. Almost every one bloomed, so there will be no snapdragons this spring. And the calendula bloomed, so there will be no calendula. And this looks more like more yarrow, but I don't know. I don't remember what that is. All right. This right here, I don't remember what this is either. We didn't stake everything with a name, because Huey, before we had a chance to do that, came through and decided to be Mr. Tidy Bowl and picked up all the trays that had the names on them. So we don't know what they are until they bloom. We have no idea. And then all of this right here, I think that I'm holding out hope that we will have a nice little stand of what are they? Blue button something or other. Boy something or other. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's cold. It's cold and I can't think of it. But anyway, they didn't bloom. So they should come on back again this spring and give us a nice little stand. And these will be a beautiful bright blue pop of color, a true blue. Not the purple that so many seed catalogs call these colors, but that one will be a true blue. But yay. Yay, yay, yay. So this side ended up first getting devastated by the storm in September. All of its little covers got blown off, and I told Chelsea, I said, let's not even bother putting everything back. If it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, we haven't lost anything but a little bit of time. And then, of course, when everything was still blooming in the middle of November, that's when you pretty much know this season's weather is beyond trying to deal with. So, all right, we just ended up with what we ended up with. And some of y'all know that we got two new ones. This one we're going to take the plastic out of and put this metal cage over beside the woods, and we'll just fill it up every little bit. Chelsea and I'll come over and rake up some leaves and throw in there, and have us a little bin for leaf mold. And that will be nice. We can bring that over and put it on our little garden. But yeah, I am just enjoying this beautiful snow, just as long as it doesn't turn into ice. I know I've said that a million times, but anyway, you can see all the trees that are down. You can see that better now. All the trees that went down in the wind, and there's a lot up there that Hugh calls widowmakers, all of those that are leaning. They actually, the ones that they're leaning into, are probably going to have to be cut in some way. I don't know. There's a science to it. But they need to be down. They need to be pulled out of there. And the wood's cleaned up just a little bit, because Chelsea's planning on, over the course of the next year or so, putting some camping platforms in there, and with the hip camping, and just to have a little bit of revenue. And this field over here will probably at some point become peonies. That's kind of our goal. And it's a big field. This whole little section over here on this side of the road is about 5 acres. And so this little field back here is probably about 3 acres. So over the course of time, if we can plant a couple hundred peony plants every year, then beginning in 5 years, that will be a solid income. And my goal at my age is to help Chelsea make this little place a place that she can make a living on in years to come, and provide for herself. And of course, I mean, she has the ability to work a public job. She can do that if she ever chooses to. She works as a sleep tech, but she would rather work here just for herself, having her own business. And I don't blame her. That's kind of what I like as well. And so we're just going to create as many little revenue streams as we can on these 2 properties to make it beneficial. And yeah, that's the goal. It's getting chilly out here, y'all. I think I'm going to head back home. But I just wanted to say good morning, and I wanted to take a little walk in the snow, and I just drug y'all with me. Sorry. Oh, gracious. Well, remember to enjoy this day, to live in this day, to leave yesterday's regrets in the past, and don't borrow trouble worrying about tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye-bye.